What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports Match, you guys, with another video. This video, I'm here with my Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the San Francisco 49ers. Week 1 preview and prediction. Going to be previewing this matchup and giving my prediction of who will win this game. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So, Tampa versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this game is going to be played at Tampa, and I'm eager. It's two storylines I'm going to be watching in this game. I want to see how Tampa's offensive line is going to be able to handle the 49ers defensive line, because the 49ers defensive line, I've been talking about it all season. I think it's going to end up being very, very good. I mean, you got D Ford, you got Nick Bosa, who they drafted 2nd overall, and you also got DeForest Buckner, who is a very solid pass rusher as well. So, I mean, they have a lot of talent on that defensive line, and they also signed Quan Alexander, free agency. Then you still have Richard Sherman. So, I mean, this 49ers defense is going to be very, very improved compared to how it was last season. And for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the offensive line hasn't really gave me a lot of confidence this preseason, especially that game when Jameis Winston got absolutely killed. I forgot what game it was, but I mean, this dude looks like he was getting hit every play, and that's not very good. So, I'm looking to see what this 49ers defensive line is going to be able to do against the Tampa Bay offensive line. And is this Tampa Bay offensive line going to be able to step up and give Jameis Winston some protection? And also, another storyline in this game is that I think this game is going to be pretty much very high scoring. And the reason why I think that's because although San Francisco defense is improved, I think this Tampa Bay offense is going to pick off where they left off last season. This Tampa Bay offense can put up points in bunches, and we seen a lot last year. Tampa Bay, a reason why they weren't able to win a lot of those games last season is because they always found themselves in shootouts, and their defense really couldn't stop anybody. So I want to see how improved is the Tampa Bay defense compared to how it was last season, specifically in the secondary. I mean, this Tampa Bay secondary was letting people score left and right. I mean, they were like, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. Or you want to throw a touchdown? Go ahead and throw a touchdown. So I want to see how much improved this Tampa Bay secondary is compared to how they were last season. I'm not expecting a major leap in improvement. I'm not expecting this secondary to go from one of the worst to one of the best, but moderate improvement is what I'm looking for in this game. And also, the 49ers are stacked at the halfback position. Now, they do have a couple of injuries. So, I think that Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida are going to be the halfbacks to watch in this game. And Matt Breida, a lot of people forget that Matt Breida, before he started suffering injuries later down the stretch, he was top 5 in the NFL in rushing yards at one point. I had him on my fantasy team last year. And then you also got Tevin Coleman, who they picked up in free agency from the Atlanta Falcons. Very, very underrated back. He was very, very solid when he was playing for the Atlanta Falcons. So those are just a couple of interesting storylines that I'm eager to see in this game. And also Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo's preseason was a lot to be desired. So, I mean, he's coming off of a season-ending injury last year. So, I'm going to be eager to see how the 49ers kind of work him back now playing in his first regular season game in a year, and how they work him back. Do they start the game off with short passes, try to get him in a rhythm, or do they just run the ball and then just go play action? So, I'm eager to see what the 49ers do in this game. And also, the last thing, I know I might be jumping from topic to topic here. I apologize. Jameis Winston's development. Now, they hired Bruce Arians. They got rid of head coach Derek Cutter. And a big reason why some head coaches have failed with Jameis Winston is that Jameis Winston is still the same player that he was when he was playing for the Florida State Seminoles. He was forcing the ball. Yeah, he had big plays. Yeah, he was athletic, but his decision-making quite wasn't there. And that was a big knock on him coming into the NFL, and we still haven't really saw him improve. He's still basically the same player he was in college. So hopefully a guy like Bruce Arians, who has worked with Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Andrew Luck, is hopefully able to get his career back on the right track, because Jameis Winston has talent. He showed flashes of him being able to be a very good quarterback. So I want to see what Bruce Arians is going to be able to do with Jameis Winston. Now getting into my keys to victory, what each team needs to do and able to have a chance to win this game. The San Francisco 49ers have to be able to get Jimmy Garoppolo into rhythm. And I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, this is a guy who hasn't played in a regular season NFL game at full speed in a very, very long time. So you want to get him into a rhythm. You want to get him feeling comfortable again. You kind of want to give him a couple of easy passes to complete. Maybe you run the ball, then you go play action. You just want to get Jimmy Garoppolo into a rhythm. You want to get him feeling confident because this is your $1 million quarterback who you paid a lot of money to, and you kind of want him to feel comfortable and get into the rhythm. Some quarterbacks just come back from injury and they just get forced to throw the ball 40 times and 30 times and things like that. And it's very hard coming off a season-ending injury, especially one that he suffered a lower body injury, because you have to end up trusting your body again. And that's the biggest thing when you're coming off of these lower body injuries, being able to have confidence and trusting your body again. And people always say the hardest game coming off of injuries like these are the first game back, because you have to learn how to trust your lower body again and things like that. So I think the 49ers need to find a way to get Jimmy Garoppolo into a flow and get him in a rhythm. And that really shouldn't be too hard, considering the fact that Tampa Bay secondary isn't really that good. And although they did make a couple of improvements in the secondary, still don't think it's really going to be that good. So Jimmy Garoppolo should be able to have a pretty nice game. But if they do want to win this game, they need to get him into a rhythm. Now, the second thing they need to do, they need to attack the Tampa Bay secondary. Now, the Tampa Bay secondary, I mean, it's not really that good in my opinion. Yeah, they made some strides and improvements and things like that, but I still think it's not going to end up being that good. They might be a little bit more improved compared to how they were last season, but I still don't think they're going to end up being that good. And I think the 49ers need to go ahead and take advantage of it. The secondary isn't really going to be that good. The cornerbacks aren't really that good. So just go ahead and take advantage of it. Maybe take a couple of deep shots, and I mean, just see what you can do, man, because the secondary isn't really good. Then the last thing they need to do, they need to be able to get pressure on Jameis Winston. Now, this offensive line wasn't really that good in the preseason. Didn't really exactly make me feel confident. And if you're the 49ers, you have Nick Bosa, you have D Ford, you have DeForest Buckner. You want to get those guys teed off, get those guys going, and you want to get these guys creating chaos in the backfield for Jameis Winston. And when Jameis Winston gets pressured, he is a very aggressive quarterback, so he will tend to hang on to the ball a lot longer. He will tend to force passes and try to make plays, which will result in a turnover. So if you're the 49ers, if you're able to get constant pressure on Jameis Winston, then you're going to have the opportunities to get your hands on the football and create some turnover opportunities and get the ball back to your offense. Now, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what they need to do to win this game, they need to protect Jameis Winston at all costs. Don't know if you just go ahead and put a running back there or have an extra tight end there to block. But this defensive line is going to be very, very scary. I mean, you got D Ford, you got Nick Bosa, and you're going to have DeForest Buckner there. And what I saw in the preseason, I didn't really like what I was seeing out of the preseason from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line. So they're going to have to give Jameis Winston some protection in this game if they want to win this game, because Jameis Winston under pressure don't really know how I feel about that, because he's a very aggressive quarterback. He's going to force throws. He's going to hold on to the ball a lot longer. So you're going to need to give Jameis Winston some time to drop back and complete some passes there if Tampa Bay wants to win this game. And the next thing is still on Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston has to take care of the ball. And Tampa, we don't really know how their running back situation is going to be looking. I'm still going to take it at the fact that Tampa isn't really going to be that good running the ball this year. So Tampa and Jameis Winston, they're going to have to take care of the ball. And he's going to, that's a lot to ask out of Jameis Winston. Anytime you're going to be asking the quarterback to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game or something like that with no running game like that, it's really tough to ask a quarterback not to really try to turn the ball over when you're throwing the ball 40 times and things like that. Every quarterback has a couple of plays when he makes mistakes and things like that, and no quarterback is perfect, but it's kind of hard to ask Jameis Winston to take care of the ball and not really turn the ball over when you ask him to throw the ball nearly 30 times, almost 40 times a game. But they are going to have to be able to ask Jameis Winston to go back there and protect the football, which is something that Jameis Winston has struggled with over the past couple of years that he's been in the NFL. I mean, yeah, he has great stats, but I mean, this guy has 88 turnovers in 5 seasons, which isn't really that acceptable. So Jameis Winston needs to hold on to the ball. Tampa Bay wants to be able to win the game. You cannot give the ball back to the San Francisco 49ers. Then the last thing they need to do is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary. They need to stop somebody. I mean, this defense needs to be able to stop somebody because this defense was god awful, and it all starts with the secondary, man. The secondary was allowing everybody to score, allowing all these big pass plays and things like that. So this Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary, this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, we're hoping that they're going to be able to get a couple of stops and they're going to be able to get off the field, because you're not going to win a lot of games when you're going to be asking your offense to put up 30, almost 40 points and things like that to try to win games. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense are going to have to be able to get some stops. So the team that I'm going with to win this game, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers to win this game. I just think the 49ers are a better team right now. I think they're a more complete team than Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think the 49ers end up winning this game. I think they end up winning this game 31-20. I think Tampa's offense is going to put up some points, but I do think that the 49ers, for the most part, they're going to be able to sustain drives on this not-so-good Tampa Bay defense, and I think they're going to be able to win this game. So I'm going to go with the 49ers to win 31-20 is my final score prediction. So let me know who you guys think is going to win down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and college football videos, and thanks for watching.